hello. We're going to be replacing the complete kit that goes into your toilet. I got myself a little issue with the flapper, and if you guys want to see real quick what's going on. So, check this out here. When you flush, that little flapper right there should not fly up like that. The hinge broke off, and I was looking at it. There are ways to replace just the hinge by itself, but I figure if we're gonna be doing this with how badly calcified and all the lime and stuff that's in here, like as you can see, this is not gonna stop flushing unless we replace the whole part. So first things first, now that we got it flushed, you gotta turn off the water source. Usually one of these little valves. It's pretty easy to check if you actually stop the actual water source, because guess what? Water stops pumping out. Alright, so now that we're done with this, I'm gonna try to sponge up all this stuff, and we're gonna get back to this once we got all that water out of here. See you in a little bit. Hey everybody, now that we got all the water soaked up, as you can see, we're going to be removing the fill part of this all, and that gets removed by a plastic nut. Now you might actually have a hex nut, which you could use some adjustable wrenches, or even an angled pliers, which is what we're going to be using, which this set will probably work for both applications. So we're gonna take this off right here. We might get a little bit of residual water while we're getting it. Actually, you know what? You can even sometimes even get it by hand, assuming they did it hand tight. I couldn't, but there you go. I got it a little loose, and you can get it going after that. As you can see, a little water is dripping down. We got some sponges down there to soak that up, and yeah, there you go. There, got that water. You are going to see us after we get this part of it removed, which, you know what, it should not take that much, because it already is. Oh no, we got another nut underneath it. Alright, so catch us back when we're done removing the fill valve. In case you were wondering what we're talking about when it comes to the nut, right here where my hand's at, you can see there's this little hex nut. You just got to remove that. Once you got it loose, all it takes is just a hand to get it all the way down. Literally no time at all. As you're gonna see, I'm almost done with it. And there you go, that's off. And the valve comes straight off. So as you can see, you got a little rubber washer right there that helps keep it all watertight. That way you don't have any issues, and if you happen to have any water dripping from there, guess what? This is probably your issue right there. So catch us when we're done removing the other plastic nuts that actually hold this in place, because we cannot remove this part until we actually get these 3 nuts right here removed. So we'll catch you in a little bit once we actually get that done. Alright. So these are the nuts that were underneath. You had 3 of them, and as you're gonna see, I had removed them all. Once you remove them, then pretty much your whole back tank is completely removable. It's actually kind of astounding, but as you can see, the back part of the tank completely gone. I got some water drippage. It's okay. If you end up having that too, that's all right.
Yeah, there's a little bit of water left in there, you know.
So as you're gonna see, this is gonna be the last part that we're gonna have to remove and replace once we get to the internal parts that actually need to be replaced. So I'll see you once we're done with that. All right, so now that we got this huge rubber thing off, which almost broke my knuckles getting off. Now we're down to the hex nut that I was able to get loose with my channel locks because they're slightly wide enough. So yeah, it's literally a ring that has 6 flats on it, hex nut. Remove that, remove the little washer. This is actually pretty important as well. And now you can get rid of everything else that comes along with it, including the little hook slash thing that goes to the flapper. That's all gone now. And yeah, this was my main issue. Now that we got this, we're gonna make sure we build it back the same way. Make sure you put that rubber ring on first, otherwise it's gonna leak. See you in a little bit. All right, so like I said, that ring on the inside is very important. We have it already on the universal repair kit, and this is the bottom end of it. This is the flapper that I wanted to replace. That's the pull chain that goes to it, and it's seriously very, very simple fix. Just make sure you keep all the parts together. It doesn't take much. All you gotta do is just fish it through. Like I said, just keep all the parts together. Don't spread it out. This is all you're gonna need. Alright, now that we got that all kind of put together, I'm gonna make sure I put that hand tight. A lot of these things you don't need to really have fully like wrench tight. As long as you got a great grip, all these rubber pieces actually do fit in pretty well together. And let me just see if I can find the original seating for something like this. I think that's it. Yep, there we go. So from here, it's gonna go back onto here, so long as this doesn't move, and then we just gotta put the bolts back on, which your universal repair kit should have these bolts. This is gonna go on to the fill valve, and yeah, you'll catch me when I'm pretty much done putting these bolts together. So see you in a little bit. Alright, so what I'm going to be doing right now, I only got 2 bolts in. I'm going to try to line these up right here. Once I get those in, then I can get that last bolt in the back in. I'm going to try to make sure I do that without disturbing the rubber gasket. If you have a leak that's coming from behind or around the area, chances are this is not forming a good enough seal. So make sure you have that all lined up. Let's see if I can get this in one go. Looks like I can, and maybe I will. Yep. All right, that's how it looks. Let me get that last bolt back there. All right, so from here, all I gotta do is just take these metal hex nuts and the metal washers and tighten them up. Now, I know a lot of people have different forms like adjustable wrenches and stuff like that. I'm gonna be a little bit more professional. We're gonna come up and use these with the Master Force, which is a Menards brand. As you can see, we're gonna probably need the oh no, it's not the 7/16, so it's gonna be the 1/2 inch. That's what we need. So from here, they will wrench right in. That's what I actually like it about these specific wrenches. They're a combination. It's ratcheting, and if you need the open end, you can take take advantage of that as well. But we're gonna use the ratcheting end, and I will let you know how that turns out in about 5 minutes. So as you can see, I have the adjustable ratcheting wrench. The back one's already done. As you can hear, cranking down on it, making sure it's all good. And the best part is, you can get in some real awkward angles and still get it to ratchet. So if you ever happen to have an issue with getting something in, it's probably because you're not using the right tools. So all I gotta do is just ratchet down on this for another minute so I feel like it looks even. Main thing you want to do is make sure that it at least looks like it's tight, because if you crank down too hard on porcelain, you will crack the porcelain. And so far it's looking real good right now. I think I'm good. Feels tight. That's where I'm going to keep it. The bowl itself, you can kind of see what I'm doing right here. It's not really budging too much. That's perfect. So we got that down. And now we just got to do the internal parts, which is going to be evening out what's going on right here. So let's try to figure out what that's all about. Whatever, we'll see. You'll see us in a minute after we finish all that. So catch you when we're done with that. All right, so as you can see, the old copper tubing that they had that's chrome finished, it didn't have the exact fitting that I felt comfortable with going with, so we're gonna go with a compression fitting. As you can see, it's got a rubber inside to it, so does the other end. And this is a 3/8 by 7/8 compression fitting, specifically for the toilet lines. You could probably do it with some other compression fittings if you happen to have something of that variety, but we were lucky enough to find the exact kind of compression whip fitting that we were going with. So what you gotta do is just get this one on there. I got it hand tight, which is kind of what I wanted. And if you can get a little closer and see, you'll see that you probably can't see it because I can't even see it myself on the camera, but it's all right. If you get it from probably this angle over here, it's all right. If you can get it from this angle over here, you can see that I just have to tighten down on this specific part right here. And that one, I think I could get hand tight the other one, which is 3/8 fitting. We're gonna grab our trusty dusty wrench set.
Trusty and dusty.
Trusty and dusty, even though we only used it once. So we got a 3/8 on here, I believe. Yep, that's the smallest one. And that should be able to get, nope.
Nope. Too big. Too small.
Too small. Alright, let's try to get something else up that size around here.
This video goes viral.
Video goes viral. Guy doesn't know what kind of wrenches to use. 7/16 did not work. Let's see if the 1/4 inch works. More than likely will. No, it won't.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to go all the way up to 9/16. Let's see. We'll return to the video once we figure out what we need. Alright, now that we figured that out, all we need is a 5/8. There are other wrenches out there that actually kind of fit around here and are able to drop in and pretty much compress onto it. You want to get it about hand tight. If you feel like you're doing too much work, as you can see, like the fitting itself is starting to move, that means you're probably already at a perfect amount of tightness. This is all you really need to do when it comes to that. I'm gonna try to get the other end of it as tight as I can. And as you can see, it's already moving as well. That looks like it's good. Alright. Now that we got all that together, this is actually kind of the final little piece to it. So let's see if this actually leaks. If it does, we gotta obviously tighten down on certain parts. Only a few parts of it will really leak. You got 5 main parts. Just gotta pay attention and let's see what we got going on over here.
So you're gonna turn the water back on?
We're gonna turn it on. Hopefully this doesn't become an issue. Alright, so far I'm not having any leaks on this part. Nothing on the bolts. Oh, wait, never mind. I got something on the bolts.
Bolts leaking?
Yep. Let's get that real quick.
So you gotta tighten it up?
Yep, I do. I actually do. Alright. So now that we found where we were leaking from, we're able to clean it up, tighten down on all the little parts that are needed. Let's get that water back flowing.
Doesn't look like it's leaking.
Yep, so far no leaks anywhere. Nothing that I can see so far. Got maybe a little possible leak down here, but I can easily tighten that up, assuming I can find the right tool for it. 5/8. Yep. So far, nothing really major on the ground. Water's filling up just right. And once the water reaches about to the level that it's set to, which is about here, it should cut off, and we're all set. It just keeps going and going and going and going. And for some people, you might think, why did I go around this way? I felt like it was the more exact way to go about it. But by all means, we're getting to where it looks like it's about right to kill itself. If not, then we can make some adjustments. A few seconds away from it filling all the way to the top. Nothing spilling from underneath. All of our bolts and all of our nuts are tight. Alright, so now that I adjusted the float, which is pretty much right about here where you can see my finger, I set it just a little below where the, I guess the fill part of it is all at. So we'll see if this actually ends up working. If I get any leaks, I'll take care of them right away. So what we're looking for right now is for the water line to pretty much meet right about where my index finger is at. The pointer finger, the one that people do not like. They call it the devil's finger, because they're pointing the blame. But there you go.
Oh, it stopped.
Now it's stopped. Alright, so as you can see, it's actually working. We don't got any leaks coming from underneath.
It's over here.
It took me about a day to do all that, but that's all good for me.
7 hours to go get the parts. 7 hours to put it together. 7 hours to get the last part. We had to run back to Menards to get it. And now it's finally done.
So let's put this top back on and see if we can actually get this to function. So as you can all see, after everything that we did, did all I needed to do. Did its stuff. Everything's gonna fill back up again. If I have any leaks, chances are, all I have to do is just tighten down on some of these items. 3 bolts shouldn't be really much of an issue. My main thing is probably gonna be the last part that I had to adjust. Aside from that, everything's gonna work all well. As you're gonna see right now, the water's gonna fill back up. And it's a pretty easy process to kind of do. Now you can see that it just turned off. And now you can kind of see what it looks like. So right now I got it set up to where you gotta pretty much do all this to fill it back up. I think I gotta reposition the water inlet, which is this. But aside from that, it works, no leaks. And I might actually do that right now. Hold on. Let's see. I think it's gotta go on the inside versus the outside. Oops.
You broke it.
I broke it. Look at that. Stuff like that breaks. Alright, so from right here, it doesn't look like we got any more leaks going on. I was able to tighten down on all the bolts. Nothing too big of an issue at all whatsoever. The only main thing is, now that I put this together, it looks like if I want to flush, I gotta hold it down to flush it all the way down. A lot of other relief valves and or flappers tend to be able to help you out, but I guess this is something that people have possibly argued over. So one thing I tried to do to try to alleviate a little bit of it, I tried hooking it over and around, but as you can see, if I do that, it does not seal at all whatsoever. Maybe if I had a straighter rod, it'd probably do something of that nature, but right now, I was only able to put it on that one. Let's see if I can change it up to another one. As you can see, this rod has more than one relief setting. As you can see, that's the final setting. And that's how a lot of your toilets are going to kind of turn out to be. Let's see if we can actually get it to flush. As you can see, it flushes. But no matter which place that you put it at, it doesn't have an actual air bubble to help keep it up. So, yeah, I don't think there's an actual position that you can keep it at to help keep it in place. But when it comes to this specific replacement thing, once it gets to the fill line, it will cut off. Like I said, there's no issues underneath. I don't have any water coming underneath the toilet. As long as you tighten down on all your bolts and make sure that everything's going good, you're gonna have a pretty easy installation. For me, I didn't have all the tools, I didn't have all the parts, so this could be anywhere between a 2-hour to 4-hour job, depending on all that. But once this actually fills up, then you know you're good to go. For a lot of people, this is almost ideal because you can just go to the bathroom and do whatever you need to do. But I feel like now, in my bathroom, I gotta actually hold it down, hold the actual chain down to actually get it to go, and then I'm good to go. This is essentially the guts of your toilet bowl, and hopefully you can feel a little bit confident about replacing some of the stuff that goes into it. Obviously I made some mistakes. I had to buy some parts, just like that one, and I didn't adjust the look on this thing to cut off at the right point, but we should be good to go. Everything after this should be gravy. I appreciate everybody that is watching. And as you can see, water stopped, float kicked in, no water on the floor. We're pretty much set. So thank you all for watching. This is how you replace some of the stuff. Assuming you got the money, you can do this. This is all about anywhere between a $50 job to a $30 job, depending on how much you need to actually replace on the stuff, and if you got the actual tools to do it. If you don't have the tools, that's gonna obviously raise the price for all of this stuff. But yeah, now it's working, it's flowing, we're all set. Thank you all for watching, and maybe you'll watch some more stuff that I actually had to fix and replace on top of gaming and such. So Chavez the Gamer, like and subscribe. Thank you all for watching. I'm not at all affiliated with any of the products that I've shown. So the fill valve and replacement parts, along with all the tools that I've used and Menards and such, those are not all sponsored by me, so just letting you all know. You can get this stuff anywhere else as long as it is a home convenience store for stuff like this. Thank you all for watching the toilet replacement video that I did. If you're all interested in any more stuff like that, let me know, and maybe you'll be able to catch me fixing some other stuff.